Hi, I'm Annika Johnson from Al Johnson's in Sister Bay. I hope you enjoy my new video series called Door County Girl. These are stories of my life, the people and places that I love, and of course how we all survive here in northern Wisconsin. You can come back as often as you like, but don't forget to subscribe to Al's YouTube channel. I'll be posting lots of really cool new videos. So let's go! Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Door County Girl. I'm here with my min bror.
Jag heter Rolf.
And jag heter Annika. I don't want him to one-up me on my Swedish.
Never happened.
And today we're going to make another tasty recipe, which is dessert item. And you know how much I love desserts.
I think you're really going to like this one.
Love to fika.
Yeah, this is kind of a take on crème au milk. So it's going to be Swedish cream. So it's going to be much denser. It's more like a pudding. And the true recipe calls for gelatin. But as we know, I'm not going to eat gelatin. No, so.
They have eyes.
Yeah. So people don't know gelatin is a boiled down product of animals. And it's just not for me, okay? So we're going to use an item called agar. Technically it's called agar. It's made from red kelp. It's popular in Japan. They use it for thickening a lot of things. Ice cream is one of them. They say you can use it one for one. I don't think that's always the case. You got to kind of play around with it a little bit. So hopefully we got this one right. So anyway, let's start this thing out.
Let's do it.
And you know what you're going to like about this? Because it's got a lot of fat. It's got cream and sour cream.
Yeah, more butter, more fat.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 cups of cream. And then 1 cup of sugar. Now that seems like a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And we're going to bring this up to a fairly high temperature. But we want it to do, we don't want it to boil, but we want it to kind of scald.
Scalding. What's the word about scalding?
Well, it's not quite a boil. You almost get like a skim on the top of it. So what you want to do is you kind of want to pay attention to it. You want to kind of watch it because it's going to go fast.
So it's that little scum that gets on your little thing when you're stirring it.
Yeah, you'll kind of see it. And if you just see a little bit of heat come around the corners, you're right about there.
Okay.
All right. And what we're going to do then, we're going to make a fruit compote. So when this is going on, we're going to heat this fruit up at the same time. So.
Okay. What kind of fruit are you using today?
I used a mix of frozen fruit. And you can use, obviously I got that thing on.
Well, it's winter time now,
yeah,
so we're using
you can
frozen
use
fruit.
Fresh fruit, which would make this thing really wonderful as well. Well, you can smell it, can you?
So we have strawberries,
I got strawberries, raspberries, blueberries.
Blackberries.
Blackberries are in here. I just got a mixed medley of fruit, and we're also going to put some sugar in this one too. So, and I'm not shy on the sugar, so.
Yeah, you know, and people who don't want a lot of sugar don't have to add a lot of sugar.
They don't,
you know?
or you could substitute one of the finer, the quality cooking substitutes like
because fruit's sweet.
stevia and those things like that. So this one here, you're going to want to get kind of high in temperature as well. So this one should be warming up. And meanwhile, while we're doing this, and we have this extra, you can measure out, you want half a tablespoon of vanilla, okay?
Yep.
And then it's half a tablespoon. Then you're going to want
not a whole tablespoon?
Just a half of one. I know you like vanilla, but just half, please. And then we're going to do one of these full of almond extract. It's a half teaspoon, and a 1/4 teaspoon of orange extract.
These all smell good. This is definitely a fruity tooty dessert. Oh, I like almond too. And what if Mom was here, she'd put a tablespoon of almond in
she
there,
would, yeah.
For sure.
I thought the orange was interesting.
Yeah, how come? Why did they choose orange, do you think?
I don't know. You know, I think
Doesn't go with all the other berries.
Kit had made a suggestion that we could add a little bit of liqueur in there too.
Ooh, a little Grand Marnier.
Yeah, so I think that the orange would go well with that. We're going to add that in the end, so I can just sit aside there for now.
Okay.
So we're going to get this nice and hot.
Do you want me to whisk this while
Yeah.
you're whisking that?
Yep, do that.
Yeah, I got to do something here.
Now this fruit compote, we're going to add this agar in there as well. And I get this at a health food store. I think you can order it online. And they make it in sheets, they make it in cubes, they make it in all different things, kind of the same way you can get gelatin. But let's just say if you use the gelatin when you buy like the Jello pack, I don't mean a flavored one, I mean unflavored gelatin.
So this doesn't have any
flavor at all, no. So if you use one of those, it's probably about a little more than 2 teaspoonfuls. So I started out with half the amount, so maybe a little more than half, so maybe a heaping teaspoonful. And that'll thicken this up first you cook it in.
Yeah.
And then you let it sit. And then you put it in the cooler and it'll thicken up very nicely.
Almost like Jello?
It'll be
like a gel consistency?
It will be like Jello, but if you put too much of the agar in there, it's kind of rock hard. It's not as fun to eat. You know how Jello is kind of slippery?
Yeah.
And it kind of mushes in your mouth? Or pudding is the same way. That's what you're looking for. And agar is kind of hard to get that unless you use it a couple times and you figure it out.
Watch it wiggle, see it
That was
jiggle. And then how's it go?
I guess
Something, Jello brand gelatin.
Yeah, I remember that was about 1972 probably. I forgot that ad.
Yeah, and then they came out with Jello.
Jeez, I don't even remember the Jello ads.
Yeah, I can't remember the words in the middle.
I used to love going to all my friends' house because they always capitalize like on the orange Jello with the mandarin ice slices embedded inside and then Cool Whip on top.
Oh, and then there's these moms that would ruin it by putting like sour cream in Jello.
Yeah,
What's up with that? Or cottage cheese in there when it's supposed to be a dessert.
I didn't mind the sour cream. It was the cottage cheese when it would drive me nuts.
Sit there and you think, oh, look at all that whipped cream in there, and then you take a big bite and you're like, you don't want to be rude and spit it back out.
So we're getting on there. Let's stop stirring just a second and see if we see any sides.
Kinda, not too much.
I'm gonna use my clean finger there. It's getting there.
Okay. Tell a story, Rolf.
Well,
Tell a mini one.
a mini story. You know, I had one the other day, and I was trying to think of.
It was National Puppy Day yesterday. Did you know that?
What's National Puppy Day?
I don't know, but everybody was putting them all over Facebook like it's National Pup Day today.
Don't they put puppies on Facebook all the time anyway?
I don't know. I put Jolene on there giving me the stink eye just because she's always giving me the stink eye.
Is that why you posted Jolene on there?
Yeah,
I didn't think it said anything about National Puppy Day.
I think on the top I put Happy Puppy Day or whatever. It probably isn't even Puppy Day. And I'll get 40 comments now when I look on Facebook that says, Dog Day isn't really yesterday. It's like in April. Or, everybody's got to correct me.
You should have said, actually, dog days are in August when it's 110 degrees outside.
I'm not going to be like my dad. And Mom, Kid Day is every day. Dog Day is every day.
I think we're there.
Okay. I can hear it.
Yeah, so let's shut that off.
All right.
And let's put this down so we can let it cool. Right over here. So we don't melt that board. So now, what I want you to do is go ahead and add this agar.
So we added agar to the berries.
Yep, that's thickening it.
And now we're going to add the agar
because that's going to be our cream. That's going to be our Swedish cream. The berries are just going to be the delicate topping.
Okay.
And then we're going to add a pinch of salt. And then these are your extracts. So stir that up good.
My glasses are fogging up, but it smells so good.
I can smell the almond and the orange. Not the vanilla as much, but that's the key ingredient, really, isn't the vanilla?
Yeah, I can smell the almond for sure.
Okay.
That's because you didn't let me put more vanilla in it, so
you'll taste it fine when it comes out. Okay, now we're going to sour cream.
Yum, looks delicious already. Sour cream. Now, how is this going to be tasty when I
I know, that's why.
Complaining about the sour cream and Jello.
She's gonna hate it. You're gonna like it.
It's not supposed to be whipped cream. Are you sure you didn't get this recipe wrong?
Nope.
Ooh, look at how fluffy it's getting.
And this is going to solidify more than pudding.
I don't know if anyone can see it, but it's like getting fluffy. Look at that.
See, now if you wanted to add a liqueur, now would be a good time to add it to that, or you could add to the fruit compote. But
yeah.
I'm not going to right now. I'm just saying the idea is there. And what's nice about this one here, when it solidifies, I'm going to put it in some paper cups, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator. What Dad called the refrigerator ice box. We're going to put it in the ice box.
Putting it in the ice box, not the refrigerator,
and
not the freezer.
The ice box.
It's the ice box.
So then, what's nice about that, if you buy these at a store, you can get the covers for them, and you can take them. They transport very well,
yeah.
and it holds up very well. So that one right there is just fine the way it is.
Okay.
So what we would do is we'll let that cool a little bit more. See, it's real smooth right now.
Yeah.
But
And then it thickens up when it gets cold, right?
Yep, it'll set. And that's the same with this.
Oh, yeah.
So.
You want it to be kind of lumpy, right?
Yeah, you know what? You could puree this, but I think it's kind of nice to leave it because you can see the fruit in it.
Yeah,
or if I was to puree it, what I would probably do is maybe take a couple blueberries and a fresh strawberry and put it right on top when you serve it.
Yeah. And then there's lots of seeds in there, so people who can't have seeds, you might want to strain it,
You could
right?
strain it, sure.
Yeah.
So we're pretty good right there as well. So
those raspberries are seedy.
We're gonna take this off and let this cool as well. So let's make this towel a little bit bigger.
Here.
It's kind of makeshift hot pad.
Okay.
All right, so we have all that. Let's put this away.
Yep.
And go ahead and grab those paper ramekins.
Mrs. Hickey would be proud.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We should have her on here.
We should.
Have her make our surprise muffins. I still swear by those things. I
I
love
love
those things.
surprise muffins. They're delicious.
Okay, so what would we do next is we would take these cups.
And we're using little paper cups, and they're not fancy, but I'm sure you guys can purchase some
I'm just trying to get the idea.
Cups.
What you could do is if you had a nice ramekin, you could put in there a nice bowl. You're going to see what I did mine in earlier today, so you're going to be able to taste this now. But see how it's starting to thicken up. So we pour a little bit in each one.
Oh yeah, nice and thick.
And it's so rich that a little goes a long way. I mean, as far as eating this. And don't forget, I did put quite a bit of sugar in each part of this dish. You had it in the fruit, and you have it in the...
It almost looks like yogurt, like kefir. It almost looks like a kefir.
I'm just going to leave it like that.
Okay.
And then when this cools down a little bit more, we're going to put a dollop on each one in the center.
Okay.
So I could probably use this for now. I'm going to do one just so you get the idea, but we don't want it to sink.
Oh, yeah.
And then you would put this in the freezer, the ice box, I'm sorry. Not the freezer.
Not the freezer.
The refrigerator.
The refrigerator.
And what I like by doing it this way is you can see the white outline
Yep.
in the back. You're going to see I made a mistake when I made some this morning. I'm going to point it out to you.
Okay.
This should be cold enough now. So, I made these this morning. Now, look how nice the white contrast is with that border. Believe it or not, this is all the cream underneath here. I wish I would have done a little dollop like this because this black ramekin would have looked great.
Yeah.
Regardless, the taste is going to be there, so let's go ahead.
Like you wouldn't really want to use a white bowl. You should use something like...
I think so, but this works for travel.
colorful
This works
bowl.
really well for travel. So I
Okay.
think you said some spoons sitting there somewhere.
Yes, I have 2 spoons. Yeah.
They're right over there somewhere. Did you bury them?
These are our weapons.
All right.
All right.
So go ahead, let's...
Just mine?
Yep, go ahead and give that a try and tell me what you think.
Ooh, look at how thick it is.
Yep.
It's all thick and delicious. Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Okay, I never expected it to taste like this.
It's amazing.
This is delicious. This is I mean, I was expecting to get that weird sour cream taste.
Nope.
I can't even tell there's sour cream in here.
And no gelatin, so it makes it vegetarian, not vegan. I'm going to try to make a vegan one sometime, but...
It's like a delicious pudding that's not artificial.
You saw everything that went in there? Tasty.
Oh my goodness, this is better than yogurt. This is really good. Wow.
Yeah, so...
Where did you get this recipe?
I forgot who shared this one with me.
This is really good.
Yeah.
The kids would love this.
Everybody would love this.
I mean, as long as you don't tell them what's really in it, like...
I think if you let them make it with you.
sour cream, too, they're going to go, what? Because most kids don't like to eat sour cream, but this is, you would never know.
And then, like I say, the setting is, it's like Jell-O.
It's perfect.
So anyhow.
Maybe everybody should be using agar.
Don't get me wrong, gelatin works really well, but we wanted to make this one vegetarian, so.
Look how fast you are. I didn't want to beat you.
I was afraid you might finish yours and then go after mine.
Well, I usually do. And because you know how I always win try to win that pancake eating contest every year, you know.
I think you are the defending champ. Oh no, some guy beat you last year.
No, I'm not.
So anyhow.
I think I might have to give up my position to you this time. We're having Goat Parade coming up.
No, that's not far away, is it? All right, so
I'm eating all the time, so I'm trying not to eat as much. I just starve myself until we have these episodes, and then I just indulge.
So again, these would go in the refrigerator, preferably 2 hours at least. Overnight would be even better. But once you'll see it solidifies, you could cover these up. You could take them on to a picnic somewhere with you, bring them to somebody's house, purchase some inexpensive ramekins. These little bowls work nice because they got the blue onion pattern on the side. These are the ones we use at Al's. But I think that you can't go wrong with this dessert.
No.
Everybody can eat it as long as you use the agar. And you're not, you may say, dairy intolerant.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that you were surprised, weren't you?
Extremely. I'm not even making this up, people.
Yeah.
This is delicious. I mean, I think it's fabulous. And people are going to be a little baffled when they eat it. They're going to say, what is this? This isn't yogurt.
It's so good.
Yeah. I mean, you would think it tastes soury, but it's not at all.
Yeah, I think this is a home run.
This is a home run. Easy home run.
Yeah. Easy to make fast as well.
Yes. Well, thanks for sharing that
You
one.
bet. I think, I'm telling you, TV land, YouTube land, try it. You're really going to love this one.
Swedish creme.
Swedish creme.
Yeah, and I think that our cousins probably know what it is.
I don't know.
I think ours might taste better than yours. We should have a contest.
Anytime. Bring it. Let's go.
Bring it. Let's go. All right. Well, thank you for everyone for joining us for another recipe from Door County Girl. And don't forget,
like and subscribe, and you'll find the recipe online.
Yep. Find it online. Boop, boop.
I don't even want to go after another one because the camera guy won't get any.
I was going to
Poor
eat this
Bill
one
and
too,
Kitten.
but then
Ned.
I see everybody out there going, don't touch my dessert. Hey-do, everyone. Thanks for watching Door County Girl. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.